Scruggs was the inbounder on that one. And he spotted Linzaya Lendu, who had leaked out down to the far side of the court, and got the ball all the way down to him, he was uncovered. So there wasn't really much Tacoma could do about it at that point. In the last, about second and a half or so, just ticked right off that clock. So that's how we get here. The Chill come in with a record of 4-2 on a 4-game winning streak. And for Tacoma, they come in with a record of 9-6, winners of 3 of their last 4. As the crowd is now being entertained by the lovely Edmonton Chill dance team. So we'll take another break here, folks. About 7:14 on the broadcast clock now. And we will await the opening, the starting lineups from both teams, as I said, brought to you by baseball in this community since they got AAA baseball here in the early 80s. And this summer marks the first summer in Edmonton sports history that baseball will not only not be on the radio, but even if it was, it would not be getting commentated by the great Al Coates. And that's a guy who no doubt deserves a place in the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame, if not the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. So hopefully that's something we can get going. So here we go, folks, as Jermaine Buckner sets to take the opening tip against Justin James, and there it is. And that's going to be won by the Chill into the hands of Rashawn Brodus. Here's Brodus on the far side, the Chill going left to right on your computer screen tonight. And here's Jermaine Buckner's first touch in the offensive zone. Backs his man in, a nice little pass out to Steve Sir. His jumper won't go, and that's going to be off the Chill and out of bounds. So explosion ball, and folks, you'll have to excuse me. The name Snohomish is just too difficult to pronounce quickly, so I'm going to call him the Explosion pretty much most of the time. So here they come into the front court. They're moving the ball around nicely. Jamal Miller, he finds it into the hands of Donald Watts. Donald Watts gets it, looks for a look inside, and that ball is deflected by Steve Cern out of bounds. It'll stay with the Explosion. 11 seconds on the shot clock, and we are scoreless in the first 30 seconds of this ball game. So there's the inbounds, and that's into the hands of Chris Keller, and a deep 3 from Keller will go, and it's 3-0 early for the Explosion, but we've certainly seen this a number of times. So here's Brodus now to the near side. He'll drop it to Patrick in the corner. Patrick now guarded by Watts. He finds Scruggs. Scruggs with a little turnaround wearing 55 tonight, and that's off the rim and off the backboard and in. Scruggs hits his first shot of the night. We've got a 3-2 ball game now as Jamal Miller brings it up for Snohomish. They'll swing it around the far side, and that'll be in the hands of Donald Watts. Watts guarded by Patrick. He'll go behind the back to Justin James. James is going to lose the ball. And this is going to end up in the hands of Rashawn Brodus for an open layup on the steal by Jermaine Buckner, who has quickly made his presence felt now with the steal. Then he found Brodus streaking ahead of the action, and it's a 4-3 lead now for the Chill. 10:40 to go here in the opening quarter. So here's the Explosion now. Ball in the hands of Justin James. He's guarded by Buckner. Out at the top, here's 23 squaring off against 23. He'll step out. That jumper won't go. Off the back iron into the hands of J.R. Patrick. He's going to push it. Doesn't have numbers with him, so he'll back it back out. Oh, he went up and was going to take a 3, thought better of it, but didn't have anywhere to put the basketball. The Explosion will come down with it at the other end. Saved by Patrick, but that's going to end up in Snohomish's hands. Oh, right there. Donald Watts ends up with the ball in his hands, gets a shot to fall, and that foul is going to be called on J.R. Patrick. So Watts will go to the line to attempt a 3-point play. 5-4 now. Snohomish leading with a chance to take a 2-point lead now as we head towards 2 minutes gone in the opening stanza. Crowd still coming in, and those thunder sticks coming to life a little bit now. I don't know if you can hear those in the background or not, but it's loud. And here's the free throw, and it's good. 6-4 now, the Explosion leading it. Scruggs will inbound to Brodus. He'll bring it across the timeline on the far side. He'll take a quick jumper. That's off the front iron, won't go. Tapped around, and that's going to end up in the hands of Mike Jones. He'll drop it back off to Donald Watts. Watts still guarded by Patrick. Move to the right. He'll get it back to the top of the key to James. James back over to Miller. Miller cuts loose a 3. That won't go. Rebound by the Chill, and Jermaine Buckner's got it in his hands, and he's going to push the ball by himself. Move into the center, and he's going to draw the foul. I think they're going to call that on. They're going to call that one on Mike Jones. Non-shooting foul. No, it is a shooting foul. Sorry, it looked like he was said no shot. So Buckner will step to the line to attempt a couple of free throws now. 1 team foul each. And Buckner with a chance for his first points as a member of the Chill. First free throw is good. Buckner actually really just returned from France just about 3 days ago. The season finished about 2 weeks ago. He had to hang around a little bit to close up shop over there. But arrived into town a few days ago and was at practice for the Chill about 48 hours after getting to town. And he hits both free throws. And this game is back tied at 6. Here's Jamal Miller guarded by Brodus. Top of the key. He gets that to Keller. Keller guarded by Steve Sir. Jermaine Buckner steps in with an unbelievable steal, and he'll take it himself. Oh, and a great move inside to score the bucket. As Buckner now has 4 points on 1 of 1 shooting and 2 free throws. A lot of contact under there. The rest are letting it go early. And once again, here's Donald Watts guarded by J.R. Patrick as both number 23s. He'll go around to pick. He'll find his way into the middle. He'll force up a jumper. That won't go. Lee Scruggs with the rebound. Has that ripped out of his hand by Watts. Watts looking for contact. Has that blocked by Scruggs. Gets the ball back, though. And here's a three-pointer. That won't go. It's off the front iron. Brodus is going to come with the rebound. And that will draw a foul. That one's going to go on Justin James. As the Explosions certainly are being physical here in the early goings. Just the second team foul. This will be a side out. Probably a smart foul as Brodus had that ball in his hands and he was ready to just go like lightning down that court, and he is quick, I'll tell you what. So a bit of a slow start here from both teams. Here's Brodus around the pick, and he's going to go clean to the hoop, and he's going to be fouled there that time. That one's going to go on Donald Watson quickly. That's a third team foul. 8-6 the Chill leading it now with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter as Brodus will step to the free throw line to shoot a couple of them. And that'll be Watts' first. Chill doing a good job being aggressive on the offensive end, taking that ball to the hole, not settling for jump shots early tonight. Oh, and that one's going to be short off the front iron, the first one will, as Jamal Miller is leaking back, hoping for maybe a home run pass off a miss or perhaps the inbound. And here's the second free throw, and that one is good. 9-6, the Chill leading it now. 8:45 to go in the first. And once again, we have Donald Watts guarded by Patrick as they come into the near court. He'll swing it to Miller. Miller's going to cut loose a three. That's short. And J.R. Patrick had the, wow. Somehow, wow. J.R. Patrick went high for that rebound, and somehow he ended up getting called for the foul. And quickly, that's 2 on J.R., who has had some foul trouble here early on in games. So here's the Explosion. They'll inbounds it. And Miller will force up a shot and draw the foul, that time on Brodus. As Steve Parker will get ready to check in now for the Chill. He'll come in, and J.R. Patrick will have a seat with the 2 fouls. So quickly, the team fouls are now tied at 3 apiece, as Jamal Miller will go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws, trailing 9-6. The first one is around and out. 8.5 now to go in the first quarter, as the crowd continuing to fill in the stands here. And it looks like, and the second one will go. 9-7 the score now. Brodus with the ball in his hands. He'll come into the near side, guarded by Miller. Scruggs will try to set a pick, looking for position. Brodus picks up his dribble. He'll get it inside to Scruggs, slapped around a little bit, and I think that's going to stay with the Chill. Deflected on the inside by Mike Jones. Good job to get in front of Scruggs on that play. And Sir will inbound it to Scruggs. Scruggs up to the top to Brodus, guarded by Miller. Back to Steve Sir. Sir's guarded by Jones. He'll put it on the floor. He'll find Stephen Parker in the far corner. Parker with a great move to the inside. Going right around Chris Keller for the deuce. 11-7, the Chill leading it now. And here's Miller. Good job to get around Brodus, but Brodus, great recovery to slap it out of his hands. And Sir being hounded on the way up by Chris Keller. He'll maintain possession, and he'll take it himself. And he'll force 2 Explosion to run into each other as he drops that layup. And it's 13-7, the Chill now with their biggest lead of the game. 13-7, a 6-point bulge as we head towards 7.5 to play here in the first quarter. So here's Justin James guarded by Buckner on the far side. Oh, great defense there by Buckner. They're going to call the kick with 6 to go on the shot clock. They'll reset that one. They'll reset it to 12. Still waiting for that shot clock to get reset. And there it is, shot clock reset to 12. Justin James to inbounds from the far side. Greg Hendricks making his first appearance in the game. And we'll get Alex Steele coming in for Brodus and Tion Knox to substitute in for Lee Scruggs. So the ball in the hands of Hendricks now. He's guarded by Alex Steele, the recent U of A grad. And there's going to be a loose ball foul And that one's going to go on. That's going to go on Donald Watts. That's going to be his second early on here in the quarter as well. Fourth team foul against the Explosion. And Alex Steele has also decided to change his number tonight. He'll be wearing 5. Make sure we get that to the media. So here's Stephen Park with the ball in his hands. He'll get it to Sir. Sir guarded at the top of the key by Chris Weekly. Little spin. He'll force that shot up, but it'll go for him. Now, Weekly actually had a little bit of an altercation, actually, before the game even started with Jermaine Buckner. I didn't see it myself, but from what I understand, it got a little bit heated.